Is that lighting better? Is that lighting better? Just type in the chat and let me know if the lighting is better. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome, welcome to the broadcast. I am super excited to be on with you this morning. I am on 2 hours later than I normally am. However, I am so blessed to be here. And I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I am proud to say I am a spiritual healer. I am an intuitive guide, coach, consultant, and mentor. I am a why and soul purpose guide. So for those of you who are looking to honor that which you are called for, do not hesitate. Reach out, connect with me so that I can guide you on the journey. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Connect on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. At around about 8:30 or so, I will be doing the water therapy. So please get your water, and collectively we will do the water therapy. Okay? I will explain what the water therapy is about. But for those of you that are not new to my community, you know what it is about. So get it ready for us to start it. For this conversation this morning, I will be doing part two of following your heart. We did part one yesterday morning. And after I ended that, the Spirit laid on me that I should do a part two because there was more information that people could get value from. And as I went on to do the research to present to you part two, indeed I was blessed to find some very important information. And I will be sharing with you a research that was done by Dr. Nikki Martinez, who is a psychologist. So I will be sharing those points with you. But in the meantime, go ahead, invite your communities, and let us start the conversation for today. Thanks to all of you who are on TikTok. I don't see my moderators yet, and that's why I'm delaying a little to see who will come. However, once I am through broadcasting on the other platforms, I will be back on TikTok. So bear with me, guys. We can get this done. I know that it might be challenging for them to be on now at 8 o'clock Eastern my time, which is 2 hours later than I normally would have been on. So I am super excited because you know what? And you all know that I am a work in progress just like everybody else. So each and every time that I come forth and I do a presentation, it is for me as well as it is for you. Where are you? Where are you? So I think this morning in my introduction was the very first time that I publicly declared and introduced myself as a spiritual healer. And Spirit showed me that it was important for me to do this because I am accepting fully all of the responsibilities around spiritual healing that I am called to do. I'm publicly declaring that by me completely accepting, hey, Lady Gemini, how are you? I can no longer hide. I must step forth and let it be known, yes, I am a spiritual healer unapologetically. Because unless I step forth and let my ancestors know, let my guides know that I fully accept the role, it is although I'm still doubting that which I'm called for. And where I am sitting today, I am sitting here because I am called to be a spiritual healer. Unapologetically, I am stepping forth. And listen, if you guys at any time see me renege from doing that, I want you to call me on it. Call me on it. Because I am so excited that I have been called to do this. I have been called. Welcome on Facebook and YouTube. I have been called to be a spiritual healer so that I can heal not only myself, but I can heal those of you out there who needs it. And everyone needs spiritual healing for one thing or another. And as I began the introduction this morning, now I see really and truly why the universe wanted me to do a part 2 of connecting with your heart. So welcome everyone. Those of you on Facebook and YouTube, thank you for showing up there for me. Please share the live so that we can get more people coming in. All right. So I told you that I found a research that I'm going to share with you, and this was done by Dr. Nikki Martinez, and she is a psychologist. If you have spent your professional life living in your head, pushing yourselves harder and harder, this may be a dramatic and welcome change. You can stop trying to prove yourself to the world, to your boss, to your customers and clients, and focus on proving that you are good enough and content enough to yourself. Isn't that the truth? Because many of us over our lifetime, we spend so much time proving ourselves to others. And this is what she's showing us. That we just need to be content with ourselves. And this broadcast, I just love how the universe does things. This research is dealing with where we need to focus as we approach 2022 coming up and new year coming up, new plan, new focus. How are we going to approach it? This year, she says, when you are making your goals and resolutions, why don't you try something a little different? That you may find tremendous fulfillment, tremendously fulfilling. Instead of setting practical, monetary, and professional goals, decide to make goals to follow your heart. If you have spent your professional life living in your head, pushing yourself harder and harder, this may be a dramatic and welcome change. You can't stop trying to prove yourself to the world, to your boss, your customer, and focus on proving that you are good enough and content enough to yourself. She continues, you can show those that you care about that they matter more to you than working long hours, getting ahead, and making the bottom line. In this research, she shares with us 10 points that we can use to connect with our heart. And the first one here says, when you follow your heart, you cease having regrets. When you follow your heart, you cease having regrets. There is no greater truth that when we follow our heart, we cease to have regrets. While things may not always go in our favor, at least we will have tried. At least we will know the truth. And at least we know we will not live asking ourselves, what if? And that what if is something that we all dread. You learn to trust your instinct and know that if you listen, your heart will guide you in the right direction. Listen to your instinct. Listen to your intuitiveness. Number 2, gain a newfound respect for yourself and from those you admire. You know, often you hear me talk about coaches, mentors, accountability partners. Those are the people who unconditionally support what we are doing. This is why my second greatest investment in myself and my career is with coaches and mentors. When we follow our hearts, we may actually find that we develop a newfound respect for ourselves. Not only that, we may get the respect of those that we love and admire. Why is this? It is because we now focus on what truly matters instead of the trapping of things and have no meaning at all. It helps us clear out meaningless things from the things that will fill us, our purpose, and our passion. Point number 3. Get to know who you really are and what really matters to you. Get to know who you really are and what matters to you. When we start to follow our hearts, when we are willing to ask the tough questions about what matters to us, we may get to know ourselves on a level that we never have before. We may surprise ourselves when we are willing to ask the deep, tough questions. What we would choose if faced between what our hearts and our intellect tells us to do. If we listen to our hearts, we may be surprised that we can find a way to make our heart's desire fruitful. Isn't that the truth? Many of us have our successes on hold because what? We are not connected with our hearts. We do not believe in ourselves. We keep putting back what we are called to do because it is not the norm. It's not the popular thing. It is not sexy enough. I can say that because I hid mine for 62 years. So now that I'm out of the closet, I can say that because that used to be true for me. And it is probably true for others that are on this live this morning. But rest assured, guys, it is not too late. It's not too late. Number 4, ensure that you are on the right and true path for yourself. This is why I am such an advocate for connecting with your why and your soul purpose. And for someone who ran from the greater part of my purpose for so long, I am here to tell you it is not worth it. Step forth and honor it. So you do not have to go through the tornadoes and hurricanes of your life. You don't have to be hospitalized. You don't have to get hospitalization to be awakened. Stop running. Step forth and connect with your heart so that you can begin to honor that which you're called for. When we listen to our hearts, we can ask ourselves if we are on the right track and genuine path. If there is a path or an ambiguity for what we are currently doing, we know that somewhere and somehow we have gone off course, that we are not on the path that we should be. The truth of fulfilling on the path of what is our true course. Our hearts will guide us toward our true direction and our ultimate calling. I am telling you, once we decide to fully connect with our hearts and once we decide that we are honoring the call and surrender to the direction of the universe, it gives us such a comfort. It places us in a place of security, certainty. It puts us in a place where we do not doubt ourselves. Number 5, allow yourself to forgive yourself and others. We spoke about this many times. Forgiveness is for us. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Really and truly, forgiveness is for us. Forgiveness is for us. When we listen to our heart, it tells us that it does not want us to hurt. It does not want us to hold grudges or be vengeful. As the person that we end up hurting most is ourselves. When we are honest with ourselves, we will realize that the person that we are struggling to forgive is likely not sitting around and spending their time thinking about us. They are living their lives. They have moved past us and any history we share. The same can be said of ourselves. We often have so many mistakes from our past that we struggle to let go of and forgive ourselves for. But we cannot go back and change them. We can not erase them or control them. What we can control is everything that we do from this moment forward. So let it be a future of kindness to self and to others. To focus on the present, forget the past, and not worry about the future. Today, the present is all that we have, and this is why it is called the present. So let us live life to the fullest. Number 6, learn to love yourself. This may sound simple to some and impossible to others. People struggle with low self-confidence, social anxiety, and the belief that they are not good enough. When we follow our hearts, we truly begin to love ourselves. We start to believe that we are good enough, even great. We believe that we are exactly the person we should be. That everything that has happened to us, good or bad, has made us the person we are today. That each of the things that has happened was for a reason, taught us a lesson, and enabled us to develop some skill and knowledge we process today. We are just as we should be, and we should love the person we are. I oftentimes ask this question of others. If you had an opportunity to start your life over, what would you change? And I'm always excited when I encounter someone who embraces where they are and willing to continue learning the lesson. On the other hand, there are times when I encounter folks who are in their 40s still blaming their parents for where they are. Let us take responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. Let us connect to our hearts so that we can realize that we are good enough and that we do not need to prove ourselves to anybody else. Number 7, Learn to love others. Learn to love others. This can be the hardest step for many people. Many of us have been through some difficult times. We have been hurt, humiliated, and discounted. What we have to remember is that most of the time we have no idea what is going on or has gone on in the other person's life. We do not know the pain and hardship that have made them the person they are. So, no matter what they do, the greatest gift we can give them and ourselves is to show them love. To show them that no matter what they do, you will not waver. You will not be jaded. And you will not join in negativity. You will only love and show kindness. And this is why you always hear me preach a message of unconditionally in every aspect, in love, unconditional love. We are not supposed to love the person because. We are supposed to just love the person for who they are. There are many folks who have expectations for showing you love. If you find yourself in that position, please re-look. Look at the way that you are living your life. Don't judge people. As Dr. Martinez says, we have no idea about what's going on in the people's lives. So why don't we get into the habit of connecting with our hearts, encourage them to connect with their hearts, and once we get together, there are two pure hearts that are connected, and we can unconditionally build the relationship or the connection. Number 8, learn to trust your intuition. Learn to trust your intuition. It's the same thing we call our gut feeling. Listen, when the intuition tells you one thing, don't go picking up the phone to call somebody else to ask them what they think. You need to trust your intuition. Especially as female, we have strong sense of discernment and intuition. Why don't we honor it? Stop being doubtful of who you are. Embrace all of you. When we follow our hearts, we learn to trust our intuition. We are more in tune with our hearts and telling us to do and what direction they are leading us. Sometimes it has been a long time since we trust our intuition. But having started to follow our hearts again, we may clear the space to hear and listen to our intuition again. When we learn we can trust our intuition, we are more open to following our heart. I'm not sitting here telling you guys it is going to be easy. I'm just here telling you it can be done, because I am right slap bang in the middle of doing that right now in my life and my career. Number 9, stop overthinking and go with what life throws you. Stop overthinking and go with what life throws you. When we follow our hearts, we stop overthinking things. We are able to deal with the curveballs that life throws us more easily. Why is this? It is because we have started to believe that what should be is what will happen. We have faith and belief in our hearts that we can survive anything that comes our way, and that it comes and that it has come our way for a reason. Nothing is by accident. The reason we oftentimes think that is because we are not following our hearts and we do not trust the process. Number 10, listen to your heart. It knows your true desire. You oftentimes hear me tell you that one of the issues with Christians is that they are professing Christianity. However, they don't honestly and truly believe that God really knows what we need. And so for that reason, they keep going back to God, asking him the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. And I oftentimes say to my client, once we ask God, we don't need to go back and beg him again. Leave it alone and begin to live in gratitude. Begin to manifest it, because what he knows. But they go back and they say, oh, I've been praying from when for that? You pray once and now you need to give gratitude for it. Stop begging. We don't need to beg the universe, because the universe is honoring what we need. The universe knows what we desire, even from a thought. Even from a thought. So there is no reason to keep going back and forth, begging. You have oftentimes hear me talk about my sister friend who passed on. That woman was so talented in styling and shopping and all of that. She was talented and gifted. I could not get her to go into business for herself because for over 5 years, she was praying and fasting about it. For over 5 years, she never thought that she was worthy of owning a business. Sleet, sun, rain, or shine, she would drive the hour and a half to go work in an upscale men's shop in New York City. So don't get too religious, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get religious about this. Connect with your heart so that you can begin to live your biggest dreams and to realize your unrealized potential. To end, I find it important to highlight the concepts of listen to your heart because it knows your true desire. It knows your wants and needs and what you genuinely make you fulfilled. When we are honest with ourselves, we are willing to ask ourselves what is truly our hearts. We open ourselves to the possibilities to fulfill our heart's desires and to be who we are truly meant to be, doing what we are meant to do. Once we connect with our hearts, we will always be on the right path. Do not allow anyone or any situation to discourage you. Please honor who you're called for. Please do not run. I am here to tell you from personal experience, running only got me in trouble. Running caused me a lot of turmoil in my life. Running had stunned my professional growth. Running messed up my success and yes, my wealth. Running caused me unnecessary turmoil in my life. Running placed before me some stumbling blocks that I did not need to experience. However, my ancestors were trying to get my attention. And you know when you don't listen, they got to do what they got to do to get your attention. If it means tripping you, you're going to be tripped. So guys, before we close out, let's get the water. Bless your water. Those of you who have probably done your, have already blessed your water, get ready for us to collectively drink this. Water is energy. And when we supercharge our water and we drink it, it enhances our health, our organs. Supercharged water has the ability to go in throughout our system, identify the things that are not working up to par, and to take care of that. A supercharged water is able to open our spiritual ability to hear, see, and feel. Supercharged water is able to help us to vibrate at a higher level. So let your requests and your desires be known to your water, and then let us drink. Greetings, lawyer boy. Let me know when you guys are ready over there. Are you looking for healing? Whatever it is that you are looking for, let it be known to your water. Supercharge your water and let us drink. Okay. If this is your first time participating, I encourage you to please start your journal practice so you can document whatever it is you're working on, and you can see the result so that when you're sharing this practice with others, you can explain more to them about it. So, I want to thank Dr. Nikki Martinez for sharing her wisdom in that research with us. And I am thankful that the universe brought it to my attention to do this part 2 of connecting with your heart. I hope you will find this information worthwhile and valuable to you as you continue to do this work. Do not renege on what you're called for. It's okay to be different. You're different because you were called for different reasons. Believe in who you are called to be. Do not allow anyone or anything to get you off course. I look forward to joining you again 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. I will be sure when I set up meetings in other countries, I'll make sure I calculate the time with the US time so I won't repeat what happened this morning. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. Connect on Facebook and LinkedIn. Connect with me on Twitter and TikTok, Clubhouse and Clapper. And as I've said before, I am proud to announce that the gratitude videos, that the journal is ready. I am looking for a manufacturer and I'm ready to sell pre-orders. I will only be ordering the amount that is sold in order not to accumulate an inventory. So message me, direct message me. Let me know you are interested in owning one of the limited edition gratitude journal. I kind of show you what I'm looking to produce. I'm looking to get something of this quality. I like nice journals. When I pick up my journal, I want to have something of substance holding on to. And this is what I'm shopping around to find a company that will manufacture something like this. All right? So think about who you want to make a gift for. I don't know how much it's going to cost until I find the manufacturer. All right? So, guys, again, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for all of the love. Don't forget, I am a spiritual healer. Reach out and connect with me. I'm an intuitive reader and guide, mentor, and coach. I am fully accepting all of the spiritual responsibility that has been given me. It will not be easy, but it is going to be worth it. And as I embark on this new divine assignment, I want you to know that I am inviting you to take this journey with me. Text me at 203-885-5093 so that we can connect and we can get into conversation. Thank you, guys. I greatly appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow back on my YouTube channel. Bye, everybody. Share it and subscribe.